Here's the harsh truth that survival experts won't tell you. When society crumbles, it's not your expensive gear that'll keep you alive. Forget the tactical knives, forget the $500 water filters, forget those fancy survival kits gathering dust in your closet. When the lights go out for good and grocery stores become ghost towns, the real lifesavers are sitting right under your nose. They're the dirt cheap items you walk past every single day without a second thought. That random bottle in your bathroom cabinet, game changer. The weird tool collecting dust in your kitchen drawer, absolute gold mine. These aren't the items that survival influencers hawk on social media, because there's no profit in telling you about a 99-cent item that could literally save your family. But here's what's crazy. Most people will throw these items away during their next spring cleaning, completely clueless about their true worth. Meanwhile, the smart few who understand their value will quietly stockpile them while they're still dirt cheap and widely available. Today, I'm exposing the 7 most overlooked household items that'll become absolutely priceless when everything falls apart. And trust me, once you see what they can do, you'll never look at your home the same way again. Point 1. Plastic spray bottles, your ultimate control device. Here's something that'll blow your mind. That empty Windex bottle you're about to toss, it's actually one of the most versatile survival tools you'll ever own. While everyone else is hoarding expensive tactical gear, you can grab these for pocket change at any dollar store. Think about it. When civilization crumbles, what's the first thing that disappears? Clean water systems, proper sanitation, medical care. That's where your humble spray bottle becomes a game changer. First, let's talk hygiene warfare. Fill one with diluted bleach solution, and you've created a portable disinfection station. Contaminated surfaces, questionable water containers, even minor wounds. A few precise sprays can mean the difference between health and infection. No more wasteful bucket cleaning that uses gallons of precious water. But here's where it gets interesting. Body temperature regulation becomes critical when there's no air conditioning. During heat waves, a spray bottle filled with water becomes an instant cooling system. Mist your face, neck, and wrists to drop your core temperature fast. For elderly family members or small children, this could literally save lives. Water conservation is huge too. Instead of dumping water over your hands, controlled spraying lets you clean effectively using 90% less. Transform any space into a makeshift shower, rinse cooking utensils, or create a hand washing station that stretches your water supply for weeks instead of days. Here's a trick most people miss. Fire starting assistance. Mix rubbing alcohol with water in a spray bottle for wet weather fire starting. The controlled spray helps you ignite tinder without wasting precious fuel, especially when wind keeps blowing out your matches. Need pest control? Essential oils, vinegar, or ammonia solutions become instant animal deterrents. Spray around your shelter perimeter to keep rodents, insects, and even larger animals at bay without dangerous poisons. The trade value is insane. When others are struggling with crude cleaning methods, your spray bottle filled with basic cleaning solution becomes incredibly valuable. People will trade food, batteries, or tools for effective sanitation equipment. My recommendation, keep 3 minimum, 1 for disinfection, 1 for cooling hygiene, and 1 for specialty uses. Store them empty to prevent degradation, and always test the spray mechanism before you need it. Mark each one clearly so you never mix cleaning chemicals with drinking water. That 99-cent bottle might just be the difference between thriving and barely surviving. Point 2, steel nail file. The undercover Everyone obsesses over expensive multi-tools and fancy survival knives, but they're missing one of the most powerful compact tools hiding in their bathroom drawer. A quality steel nail file isn't just for manicures. It's a precision instrument that can solve dozens of survival problems. Size matters when you're mobile. While others are lugging around heavy toolboxes, your nail file slips into any pocket and weighs practically nothing. But don't let the size fool you. This thing is a workhorse. Sharp blade maintenance becomes critical when replacement tools aren't available. Your expensive survival knife is useless when it's dull, but a steel nail file can restore that edge. It's not perfect, but it'll bring back enough sharpness to cut rope, prepare food, or handle emergency situations. When your life depends on a sharp blade, even a 40% improvement can be life-saving. Fire starting gets easier with precision scraping. Ever tried striking a ferro rod with a bulky knife? It's clumsy and wastes precious sparks. A nail file gives you controlled, consistent scraping that generates reliable sparks even in challenging conditions. Plus, you can scrape tinder preparation materials with surgical precision. Electronics troubleshooting becomes possible with that fine edge. Corroded battery contacts, stuck switches, or clogged ports can be cleaned and restored. When your flashlight, radio, or other critical devices fail, often it's just corrosion that a nail file can fix in minutes. Medical applications are surprisingly extensive. Remove splinters with precision, file down rough, broken nails that could cause infection, or even create emergency sutures from wire or strong thread. Clean and sterilized, it becomes a valuable addition to any first aid kit. Lock mechanisms, stuck latches, and jammed zippers respond well to careful filing work. While it's not a replacement for proper tools, it can free up stuck equipment that would otherwise be unusable. The barter value is exceptional because it solves problems others can't. When someone's gear is malfunctioning and your nail file can fix it, that creates tremendous trading leverage. People will exchange valuable supplies for working equipment. Keep two, one with personal care items and another with repair supplies. Wrap them in cloth to prevent damage and keep them dry. Always clean thoroughly after use, especially if you've worked on electronics or medical applications. This tiny tool proves that in survival situations, precision often beats power. Point 3. Wind up alarm clock. Your psychological lifeline. In our smartphone world, we've forgotten the raw power of analog timekeeping, but when the grid dies and your phone becomes a paperweight, that old-fashioned alarm clock transforms from obsolete junk into psychological survival equipment. Time structure prevents mental collapse. Without schedules, humans deteriorate rapidly. Days blend together, sleep cycles destroy, and depression creeps in. A working alarm clock provides the framework that keeps you functioning when everything else falls apart. Security rotations become manageable with reliable wake-up calls. Guard duty, supply runs, and safety checks need precise timing. Miss a rotation and your whole group becomes vulnerable. That steady tick becomes the heartbeat of organized survival, ensuring someone's always alert and watching. Resource management depends on accurate timing. How long have you been boiling that water? When did you start cooking that meat? How much fuel are you burning per hour? Without timing, you waste precious resources through guesswork. The clock eliminates dangerous assumptions. Sleep discipline saves your sanity. In high-stress survival situations, your body craves sleep, but your mind races with worry. Set that alarm for proper rest periods, and you'll maintain the mental clarity needed for critical decisions. Exhausted people make fatal mistakes. The psychological comfort factor is huge. That familiar ticking sound becomes an anchor of normalcy in chaos. It's proof that something still works reliably, that order still exists somewhere. This mental boost can prevent the despair that kills more people than actual physical threats. Medical timing becomes crucial for treatment. Medication schedules, wound cleaning intervals, or monitoring someone's condition all require precise timing. In medical emergencies, about an hour ago could mean the difference between life and death. Trade value explodes in group survival situations. A working timepiece becomes the foundation for fair work distribution, resource allocation, and conflict resolution. Groups will trade valuable supplies for the organizational power that comes with reliable timekeeping. Choose wind-up mechanisms over battery-powered when possible. They're completely independent of external power sources. Keep one as backup to your primary timekeeper. Protect the mechanism from moisture and impact. Learn to repair basic spring mechanisms if possible. That dusty alarm clock isn't just telling time, it's preserving your humanity when civilization stops ticking. Point 4. Shower loofah, your secret hygiene weapon. I know what you're thinking. A loofah? Really? That cheap mesh scrubber collecting soap scum in your shower? But here's the reality check. When society collapses, it's not zombies or raiders that'll take you down first. It's infection, it's disease. It's the slow, invisible killer that starts with poor hygiene and ends with sepsis. That dollar store loofah transforms from bathroom afterthought to life-saving equipment faster than you can say civilization collapse. Here's why smart preppers are quietly hoarding these things. Water becomes liquid gold during a crisis, and a loofah makes every precious drop count. It creates more lather with less soap, spreads cleaning solution efficiently across your skin, and rinses clean with minimal water weight. While others are burning through their water reserves, you're maintaining proper hygiene using 70% less water per wash. But hygiene isn't just about feeling fresh, it's battlefield medicine. Skin infections, fungal growth, and bacterial buildup can disable you faster than any injury. That mesh scrubber removes dead skin cells, prevents pore blockages, and keeps your body's first line of defense, your skin, functioning properly. In a world without antibiotics, prevention becomes everything. Now here's where it gets tactical. Your loofah doubles as gear maintenance equipment. Scrub dried blood off your knife, remove caked mud from boots, clean grease from cooking equipment, all without destroying valuable cloth rags or wasting cleaning supplies. The mesh structure holds up surprisingly well and dries completely, preventing the bacterial growth that ruins other cleaning materials. The psychological impact is massive too. After days of chaos and filth, 5 minutes with a loofah can reset your mental state completely. That feeling of being clean and human again isn't luxury, it's survival psychology. Morale collapse kills groups faster than resource shortages. Trade value? Absolutely huge. Picture this, you arrive at a survivor camp where everyone's scratching at rashes, dealing with infected cuts, and basically falling apart from poor hygiene. You produce sealed loofahs from your pack. Suddenly you're not just another mouth to feed, you're the hygiene specialist everyone desperately needs. Emergency applications include water pre-filtering, using a clean loofah to strain large debris before proper filtration, and wound cleaning for injuries with embedded dirt or debris. My recommendation, vacuum seal at least 3 loofahs in your kit. They compress to almost nothing, weigh practically zero, and stay sterile until needed. One for personal use, one for gear cleaning, one for trade. When everyone else is rotting from poor hygiene, you'll be the clean, healthy, trade-valuable survivor everyone wants to work with. Point 5. Wooden clothespins, the ultimate utility tool. Before you roll your eyes at clothespins, consider this. Our grandparents survived the Great Depression with tools like these, while we panic when our Wi-Fi goes down for 5 minutes. Those simple wooden clips weren't just laundry tools. They were survival equipment disguised as household items. When the power grid dies, and your high-tech survival gear becomes expensive paperweights, clothespins become indispensable multi-tools that solve dozens of daily problems. Drying capability becomes critical when staying dry means staying alive. Wet clothes lead to hypothermia, fungal infections, and equipment degradation. Clothespins let you maximize every inch of drying space. String lines between trees, inside vehicles, or across shelter openings. They grip securely in wind, hold heavy wet items, and organize your drying system efficiently. But the real genius lies in their organizational power. Label everything by clipping color-coded tags to bags, equipment, or supplies. Create silent communication systems by positioning pins in predetermined patterns, mark territory boundaries, trail markers, or cache locations. In-group survival situations, pin assignments, schedules, or messages where everyone can see them. Repair applications are surprisingly extensive. Emergency wound closure. Pinch skin together temporarily while preparing proper treatment. Equipment fixes. Hold broken gear together until permanent repairs are possible. Sealing solutions. Close food packages. Secure tarp edges or clamp damaged containers. Fire starting becomes easier with wooden clothespins. As emergency kindling. Split them open for fine tinder that ignites quickly and burns hot. Each pin gives you multiple pieces of prepared kindling that's dry and ready when wet weather makes natural tinder unusable. The stealth factor is huge. Clothespins look completely innocent while providing serious utility. No one suspects the person carrying clothespins is actually carrying repair tools, organizational systems, and emergency supplies. Trading value builds over time. When zippers break, storage bags fail, and organization systems collapse, your bag of clothespins becomes incredibly valuable. People will trade significant resources for simple solutions to everyday problems. Stock at least 50 mixed wooden and heavy-duty plastic pins. Store them in waterproof containers to prevent rust on metal springs. They'll handle hundreds of uses and outlast most modern fasteners. When everything else fails, these simple clips keep working, keeping you organized, dry, and functional. Point 6. Heavy-duty zip storage bags. Your portable containment system. Listen, survival isn't just about stockpiling beans and bullets. It's about protecting what you already have from the chaos trying to destroy it. And nothing, absolutely nothing, beats a quality freezer-grade zip bag for turning any space into organized, protected storage. We're not talking flimsy sandwich bags that rip when you look at them wrong. I'm talking thick, gallon-sized freezer bags that can handle pressure, temperature swings, and rough handling without failing when your life depends on it. Food security becomes your top priority when grocery stores close forever. Those bags let you portion rice, beans, and dried goods into manageable servings while keeping moisture, insects, and rodents out completely. Double bag with oxygen absorbers and you've extended shelf life by months without expensive equipment. Each bag becomes a mini silo protecting your food investment. Medical supplies get ruined fast in crisis conditions. Blood, rain, dirt, they destroy bandages, medications, and sterile equipment in seconds. Seal your trauma kits, antibiotics, and first aid supplies in clearly labeled bags, and you've created waterproof grab-and-go medical stations. When someone's bleeding out, you don't have time to dig through soggy supplies. Electronics protection becomes critical when replacement isn't possible. Your flashlight, radio, or backup phone dies if moisture gets inside. Wrap devices in aluminum foil, seal in zip bags, and you've built EMP-resistant storage that doubles as waterproof protection. That backup power bank stays functional when others fail. Water transport sounds crazy until you need it. Heavy-duty bags can carry several gallons temporarily, perfect for moving water from source to camp or creating emergency bladders when containers break. With careful handling, they become life-saving water vessels. Fire-starting materials must stay absolutely dry to work when needed. Store tinder, matches, ferro rods, and accelerants in sealed bags, and your fire-making ability survives stream crossings, storms, and humid conditions. Wet fire materials equal cold nights and unsafe food. The organization factor transforms chaotic situations into manageable systems. Label everything: ammunition by caliber, medications by type, tools by function. Clear bags let you identify contents instantly, without opening and exposing supplies to contamination. Trade value explodes when others lose supplies to water damage, pest infiltration, or contamination. Your ability to offer clean, organized, protected storage solutions makes you incredibly valuable. People trade ammunition, food, and tools for ways to protect what they have left. Stock at least 50 bags minimum. They compress flat, weigh almost nothing, but replace bulky containers, waterproof cases, and organizational systems. When collapse hits and everything's falling apart, the person who can contain, protect, and organize supplies controls the situation. Point 7. Silicone stretch lids, your universal sealing solution. Here's a survival truth that'll blow your mind. In collapse scenarios, it's not what you can't find that kills you. It's what you lose through waste, contamination, and exposure. That's where silicone stretch lids become absolute game changers disguised as kitchen gadgets. Most people have never heard of these things, but they're basically universal covers that stretch over any container: bowls, cans, jars, pots, even oddly shaped containers. They create airtight seals regardless of size or material, turning anything into secure storage. Food preservation becomes critical when refrigeration disappears and waste equals starvation. Cook a pot of stew, but can't finish it. Stretch lid seals it tight, keeping flies, dust, and contaminants out while preserving freshness. That leftover rice stays safe overnight instead of becoming pest food or poisoned. Odor control prevents dangerous situations. Food smells attract animals, insects, and potentially hostile humans to your location. Sealed containers don't broadcast your presence across miles of wilderness, keeping your camp location secret and your family safe. Water protection eliminates contamination from airborne debris, insects, or accidental spillage. Your precious filtered water stays clean under a stretch lid, even in dusty, chaotic conditions. No more losing gallons to contamination that could have been prevented. Temperature retention saves fuel by keeping hot food hot and cold items cold longer. That morning coffee stays warm, that evening soup maintains heat, reducing the fuel needed for reheating when every BTU counts for survival. Versatility beats specialized equipment every time. These lids work on metal cans, glass jars, plastic containers, ceramic bowls, basically anything with a rim. No more searching for matching lids or improvising with foil and rubber bands that fail at critical moments. The silence factor provides tactical advantage. Unlike crinkly foil or noisy plastic wrap, silicone lids operate silently, crucial when sound discipline means survival. They don't alert others to your food preparation or storage activities. Durability exceeds expectations under harsh conditions. They handle temperature extremes, repeated stretching, and rough handling without degrading. I've used the same set for months of field testing without a single failure. Weight efficiency maximizes pack space. A complete set weighs less than a pair of socks, but replaces dozens of specialized containers and covers. That's survival math that makes sense. When neighbors are losing food to contamination and waste while you're preserving every scrap efficiently, your leadership values skyrockets. These simple lids transform you from survivor to camp manager. Point 8. Rubber gloves, your ultimate protection barrier. Think rubber gloves are just for washing dishes? Think again. When civilization collapses and safety protocols vanish, cheap latex or nitrile gloves become your first defense against disease, contamination, and even death. In a post-collapse world, a simple cut can be fatal. No antibiotics, no ERs, no sterile environments. Every surface becomes a risk. Rubber gloves go from cleaning supply to life-saving gear. Medical tasks like treating wounds, handling fluids, and giving medications require barrier protection to prevent infections. Without gloves, cross-contamination is almost guaranteed. Every medical intervention becomes a gamble. Food preparation can also be deadly. Cleaning fish, processing game, or handling questionable food exposes you to parasites, bacteria, and toxins. Gloves prevent contamination from spreading to your face or mouth. Chemicals are unavoidable in survival situations. Mixing cleaning solutions, handling fuel, or working with batteries can burn skin or cause poisoning. Gloves protect your hands when other safety gear isn't available. Waste management becomes dangerous without sanitation system. Handling human waste, garbage, or contaminated materials spreads disease quickly. Gloves let you manage these tasks safely. Water purification often involves chemicals like bleach or iodine. Gloves protect your skin during these processes, ensuring a clean water supply. Gloves also offer psychological protection. Handling disgusting or hazardous materials is easier when there's a barrier, allowing you to focus on the task. They even provide stealth benefits, like scent control to avoid attracting animals or leaving traces. If operational security is critical, gloves prevent fingerprint evidence. In group scenarios, clean gloves become valuable trade items. While others get sick or refuse dangerous tasks, your supply of gloves could be worth food, ammo, or for temperature protection. Gloves insulate against cold surfaces and protect from heat during cooking or repairs. They're not a replacement for proper gear, but far better than bare skin. Stock at least 200 pairs. They're cheap, compact, and get used up fast. Store them sealed against moisture and temperature changes, and include various sizes for different tasks. When others fall ill from preventable contamination, you'll remain healthy, functional, and indispensable. Point 9. Duct tape. The ultimate problem solver. If one item proves simple solutions work in tough situations, it's duct tape. It's not just for quick fixes, it's the universal tool for repairs, protection, and even life-saving solutions when nothing else works. Structural repairs are critical when replacement parts are unavailable. Torn shelters, cracked containers, broken equipment, duct tape provides temporary or even lasting fixes that keep systems running. In harsh conditions, duct tape fixes often outlast the original equipment. Waterproofing goes beyond basic repair. Seal windows, doors, or containers to prevent leaks that could ruin supplies or create unsafe conditions. Use it on pipe joints, lids, or equipment for instant weatherproofing, rivaling expensive products. Medical uses include splinting, wound closure, and securing bandage. While not ideal, duct tape can immobilize limbs, hold gauze in place, or create pressure bandages in emergencies. In critical situations, an imperfect solution is better than none. Clothing and gear repairs extend the life of essentials. Torn boots, ripped backpacks, or damaged rain gear become functional again with duct tape, maintaining protection against the elements when replacements aren't available. Security enhancements involve reinforcing doors, windows, or containers. Tape can slow intruders or create noise barriers to alert you of breaches. It's not perfect, but better than nothing when security systems fail. Organizational solutions include labeling, color coding, and marking. Create weatherproof labels for supplies or use colored tape for visual organization or communication systems. Improvised tools emerge from creative applications. Use tape for tool handles, grip improvements, padding, or even makeshift tools like temporary fasteners or measuring devices. In hunting and fishing, duct tape can repair arrow fletching, fishing line guides, or trap components. Quiet and strong, it helps create or maintain tools needed for food procurement. Sound dampening involves taping rattling gear, creating quiet surfaces, or muffling noise from activity. When stealth is critical, duct tape helps eliminate sounds that could give away your position. For fire starting, duct tape can waterproof tinder, create windbreaks, or even act as emergency fuel. The adhesive burns hot and fast, far from ideal, but potentially life-saving. Duct tape's trade value is high because it solves universal problems. When gear breaks, shelters leak, or equipment fails, tape becomes as valuable as ammunition or medicine. Quality matters. Cheap tape fails when you need it most. Invest in military-grade or professional tape that sticks in extreme conditions. Store multiple rolls in different places to ensure you always have it when needed. When quick fixes become lasting solutions, duct tape becomes your most versatile tool. Point 10. Hand crank can opener. Your key to survival nutrition. In a world reliant on electricity, we forget that most food containers require tools to open. When power fails and electric can openers become useless, a simple hand crank opener turns into essential survival gear. Food security depends on accessing stored nutrition. Canned goods are among the most shelf-stable, nutrient-dense options, but without a reliable can opener, they're inaccessible. While others struggle with knives or makeshift tools that waste food and cause injuries, you'll be efficiently opening meals. Hand crank openers work no matter what, no batteries to die, no motors to break, no electronics to fail. They provide simple, dependable performance, whether it's day 1 or year 5 of an emergency. Efficient can opening saves time and energy for other critical survival tasks like security or maintenance. It also preserves food and minimizes waste. Safety is another major benefit. Proper openers eliminate the risks of injuries common with improvised methods, such as sharp edges or contamination. Durable hand crank openers outlast electric models by decades. There are no complex parts to maintain, and with minimal care, they offer lifetime service. They're also silent, unlike noisy makeshift methods, keeping food prep discreet and preserving operational security. Quality openers are versatile, working with various container types and sizes, including bottles. This adaptability becomes vital when food sources vary. In group settings, efficient food prep fosters cooperation, leadership, and resource management. Maintenance is simple, just clean and lubricate occasionally. Their reliability makes them perfect for long-term storage and emergencies. They can even be used for bartering, turning your ability to open cans into a valuable trade skill. Invest in heavy-duty models designed for commercial or military use, as they provide decades of reliable service. Store openers safely to protect the cutting mechanism and keep backups in multiple locations. When every calorie matters, the ability to efficiently access stored food ensures you're prepared to maintain food security for yourself and others.